Okay, so I think when we last left off, we had Genie with his confession. You all right?
Your Majesty, are you coming down with something?
Your mom's coming down with
um,
something.
and I think kind of where we left off was
How dare you, sir? You can say what you will about my father, but never besmirch the name of my mother.
Okay.
Genie pops out. He's like, "Yeah, dude, he really doesn't like it when you talk about how big a whore his mom was." He doesn't do that.
Genie!
I mean, the plaque's on the wall.
He does finger guns at you like ah. And I think where we kind of left off was he was like, am I good with you guys?" And Nitsuo was like, "For now." Anything else of consequence really happen after that?
I don't remember.
I don't think so. I didn't listen back. I should have done that.
No, there wasn't any news.
Yeah.
Just he told us.
I mean,
So-
we found out that they're moving slaves. They were gonna sell these people off. They sell other people off. It may or may not include some of our people. We haven't gotten a full head count. Once we get back with the people, Ace is gonna take the list we have of the original colonists and do a head count.
I mean,
But
basically, it seems like the king was using the colony as cover to sell everyone he was sending to the colonies as slaves. That's what Nitsuo thinks.
Gotcha. What does everybody? Well, that's actually a good check-in. Does everybody kind of agree with that, or
I'd say Ace is pretty much following Nitsuo's lead on the slaves, so he doesn't really have
By
an
this
argument.
point of the story as well, me as well.
Yeah.
so like, where does everybody? Because this is probably a good time to do this anyway. Where does everybody think their character is with this new revelation of Genie used to be buds with Victor?
Nitsuo doesn't really care. Genies are genies and sort of like ethereal other. They're just like genies, and if someone gets a genie, the genie will help them, right? Like there's not much you can do if you're a genie. So he's the more thinking like, all right, well, good to know. Maybe you can help us. Maybe we can use that as sort of a hook to get you to help us because maybe you feel a little bad. But also, a genie that's been alive for thousands of years probably is become used to morally onerous, ambiguous things. And Nitsu is really focusing on these three bitches who are fucking shit up and wants to go and see what the fuck they're about now and get his people safe.
So if it wasn't clear last session, what Austin just said is pretty much exactly correct about how I'm playing genies as patrons. Like, if that wasn't clear, it's like, yeah, hey, you have a dude, you help him. What he does, that's his business.
Yeah.
So,
No, that made perfect sense.
Boz.
And I
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna check in with Boz, but go ahead.
Yeah, no. Check him, boss. I'll
How's
go next.
Braddock doing with this revelation?
Thank you. I was about to say that I think Braddock is feeling at this point, especially after his recent revelation about who he is, doesn't hold any ill will towards somebody's past. And just to know that what Genie has done in the current timeline of the recent activities, helping them out and stuff.
Right. It's more about. It's not about the mistakes you made. It's what lessons you've taken from that.
Yeah.
Cool. John, how's Ace doing? I think that's probably the most important check-in.
Ace is he's holding back some feelings he's having. Because one of the things with his relationship with Genie that always kind of felt special is he was Genie's only subservient that he knew. Only person working with him. And that always kind of meant something to him, being one of many children growing up. So
It's kind of
this
like
is
it's kind of like if you married a chick, thought she was a virgin, and realized she had and that was important to you, and
Yeah.
then finding out she had many partners in the past.
Funny how
Yeah.
she's a Virginian.
When
Yeah,
it was, even though it may
just-
have been a lie of omission versus a malicious lie.
yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly. So just one of those things where it's like, and he's not mad at Jeannie because immediately he realized all the other stuff Jeannie was going through. Because he kind of processes this slower anyway. And the emotions that Jeannie was going through because of it. Obviously, he felt guilt because of other reasons. So Ace's problems with it are kind of
Secondary.
unnecessary. And so he kind of realizes right away to kind of flush past those. But it is something in the back of his head. He's just trying to put it behind him.
I know that you and I never really talked about this, but like, and I don't know if this works for you, but in my head, it's kind of like the reason he didn't know is that Ace just liked his cool new friend and never really thought to ask the question.
Yeah, Ace didn't ask many questions about him because he didn't think that, like, Ace doesn't necessarily think to ask questions about people.
He's very
Like,
much
how
an
often
in the
does
moment
he-
guy.
Yeah, he's not typically asking questions about what you've been doing. He's, what are you doing?
Right. Yet
He
still
likes to-
surprisingly lacks the ability to read a room.
Yes.
His gifts aren't reading the room or pre-recognizing stuff. He's recognizing stuff after they had happened.
Yeah, he's got advantage on all hindsight rules.
Yeah, so he's like an Avenger, not a Prevenger.
He's just got expertise in hindsight.
He dives in the conversation not knowing what it's about.
Yeah, he's definitely the guy that fucking breaks it. He's the reason that there's a no diving in the shallow end sign, I feel like.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Hey,
my
boss.
head hurts.
Hey, boss, I just want you to know I laughed at your Prevenger joke. That was good.
Oh, thank you.
What joke?
I'm just,
I said his character is an Avenger, not a Prevenger.
Gotcha. I was gonna say at the very least he's a revenger. Okay,
Oh.
so
well, yeah, like he's not gonna read the room and like be the actual greatest detective to figure out who killed the little girl and why. But he'll die before he lets anyone get away with it.
sure, that's not the worst quality to have.
Absolutely.
It's
I think
you
Ace,
know,
I think Ace is awesome, and John did a surprisingly good job on a good
it's,
character.
they say
Well, thank you.
an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of medicine,
And
but
fuck
that
you,
pound
kinda.
of medicine still is effective. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like Ace is the pound of medicine. There's your new title, dude. You're no longer Slayer of Dragons. You're Pound of Medicine. Okay.
A pound full of Ace makes everything go down.
Ace Pounder.
Wow.
Ace is a place with a helpful hardware store.
You know how many times that jingle has run through my head during this fucking campaign?
Every time. For me.
Every goddamn time.
I feel like I'm like, I haven't
Never
sung it out loud
for me.
before.
It's gonna be like on roll 20. I'm gonna be like fucking doing this. Is anybody on roll 20? I'm gonna be like, Ace shoots some blasts and then
Oh my
boom,
guys, I'll be right back.
he hits the old lady. It's like, now here's a guy. Fucking- yeah, I don't know what the plan is. I think you guys are still, I don't know.
We're going back to get the colonists
Right,
and take them home.
I believe the plan was they were gonna make a pit stop at the fishing village.
They were stopping there and waiting for us
Yeah.
at the low-cost fishing village.
Yeah, because they also had a low cost in their numbers.
They had some,
Yeah.
I believe, even.
Yeah, sure.
I think that's what you said. But
They had. Well, that was a D1. Or it was a 1 on a D4. They had. I rolled a D6. They still have 1. It is decided.
It is to say.
Fucking start making these decisions before we play.
It doesn't matter. It
Right.
really doesn't matter.
You can't call the
I
last
know.
pocket in the middle of a match.
We're calling an audible. Sin Cara dislocated a finger.
Uh,
John, I was telling Boz that I when I was waiting for the call to
Get
start.
back in the ring.
Yeah, right. It's Vader time. When I was waiting for this call to
Motherfucker
start,
lost an eye, didn't he?
it popped out and he shoved it back in.
Yeah.
Fucking gross. I've seen pictures of it. It's disgusting.
Foley got his ear ripped off. Like,
Um,
get the fuck back in there, Sin Cara.
Right. Like, I'm only judging you based off what your coworkers do. But what?
right, blame them.
I think it's Cultaholic Wrestling has a video ranking. It said all the managers, worst to best, and it's like 2.5 hours. So I'm gonna listen to that while I play video games
Ooh.
sometime.
Yeah. Send that to me.
Okay.
I will probably definitely watch that. All the managers. I
Yeah.
might have already watched it, but
I don't know if Austin's
I don't think
back,
I have.
I don't mean
I'm,
to.
I'm back.
All right. But yeah, me and Boz came up with who would be and who's likely in the top 5. But I will send it your way. So okay. So I mean, the fucking ball's in your court, boys. Jeannie,
have we caught up to
here's what Jeannie's gonna do. Jeannie, since I imagine he's still out, he's gonna be like, thanks for your time, guys. I'm sure that wasn't easy to hear. It was even harder to tell. I'm gonna go back in here if you need me, and yeah, deuces. And he just
Yeah,
zips back into the
says,
lamp.
Nitsua says to him as he's leaving, glad you could get that off your chest kind of thing. Sometimes, unloading in your burden on others, we all carry it together kind of thing. And if there's anything you think of that might be able to help, and, if there's any big stuff going on, we'll run it past you to see what you think. But other than that, go chill, my dude.
Totally. He goes, oh, before I go, I've been working on this card trick. Do you guys want to see it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, I
fine.
do.
I'm fine.
Braddock just
He's like,
turns around.
so what he does is he like floats like right in front of Braddock with his back to him since he didn't want to see it. And he takes out this deck of cards and he like fans it out and it looks, like there's 52 there and he goes, okay, standard deck of cards, right? And he like shuffles it and does the fucking all the fancy cool tricks and then he fans them back out and he goes, now watch. And he like looks like he's gonna throw them at you. And then a big puff of smoke comes up, and when the smoke clears, he's still holding his hand as if he's got cards fanned out, but it's just a fan of joints. And he's like, here you go.
I like that trick.
Yeah, it looks
Braddock
like
gets none of these.
it looks like a turkey plumage in his hand, drawn by a kindergartner. So yeah, he's like, all right, see you guys.
Thank you.
Holler if you hear
As
me.
always, Jeannie.
Where are my freaks at?
Hoo, hoo, hoo.
He recedes into the lamp.
Braddock, it looks like you don't want none of these. And he's fanning the joints around in your
And then
face.
He's like
Braddock
fanning
smacks it out
himself
of-
with the joints.
Smack it out of her hand.
Ow! Damn it!
Wait, both
So
of you roll sleight of hand.
Okay.
We're gonna do a contested sleight of hand check to see if this works.
Okay. I got pretty high. Let me see what the bonus is.
Oh, Boz critted.
I got a 21.
Oh, he
I got a
wins.
22.
So he knocks the
Oh,
joints out of your
nice.
hands.
Nice. Oh! Braddock! That's 52 joint pickup.
You better start picking up.
Wow.
Milo, come help me out. And he starts picking them up.
Milo's not
Fine,
with you.
now you
Milo's
definitely
with the
get none of
slaves.
these.
Or
That's right.
The freed
Then he's-
prisoners, I should say.
He starts picking them up by himself. He's like, damn it, I have to do it all alone. You get none. For real this time.
Okay.
All right, so we're still making our way to the rescue peddlers, right?
Right. So, yeah, you guys have a bunch of pre-rolls in your inventory now, and you know what I should have. How did we? Okay, first of all, John, I have to call both of us out for either not creating or at least not looking for a homebrewed joint on D&D Beyond.
The high
I
condition.
didn't think it was necessary to track them.
I
Like-
mean, oh my, what the fuck? Anyway,
Like
I
we don't track any other consumables, so why would I think we would track?
think
No,
it?
no, no. I mean,
Just
like
means
as a magic item. Like, hey, maybe one of those
Oh.
is glowing. Like,
That'd be interesting. Yes, I
but-
didn't even think of
but
that.
when you type in
But I don't
joint,
think of
none of them.
consumable magic items as much.
The joint of unending is a legendary item. A joint rolled for you by a Feywild botanist who has enchanted one of their marijuana plants. It burns with a purple flame and seems to stay lit and never go out. Smoking this joint will never remove it from your inventory. It's some good shit and grants advantage to wisdom saves as well as immunity to fear and poison. The player is also required to make a con save to see if they get halved movement speed with disadvantage on all dex saves. That's really good. It's a legendary item, and we're not going to use it. But anyway,
I like it.
Yeah,
I do
we'll
like
have to
it.
homebrew a joint at some point.
Yeah,
Okay. I think.
fuck that. I'm giving you guys that at level 1 in the
I
next campaign.
think if you're gonna get advantage on wisdom saves, or you should get disadvantage on intelligence saves. But anyway, so yeah, you guys know that you have some ground to catch up on, and presumably the people you freed will like take a pit stop at the Lokatha village, and you guys like they may even stay there a day and wait for you, because I think that was actually the plan. Maybe.
But
They
we knew
were
it-
they were to wait. Yeah, they were to wait for us to.
That's what I
Catch
thought,
up.
but I couldn't remember
Yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
So, yeah, you guys are traveling along, and unless you guys have stuff you want to talk about, I am more than happy to fast forward you, but of course that is your prerogative.
Your prerogative. Yes, please.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if we have anything in between us right now. We're probably waiting to get to download with a group so we don't do the conversations twice.
John, you get a message in your head as if the cantrip message was cast. He's like, and you hear Genie's voice, and he says, "Hey, thanks for being cool. I understand if you guys need to discuss some stuff. I've kind of soundproofed the lamp, so I won't be like like peeping in on your conversations. I'll leave you to it." And he's basically saying, like, if you guys want to discuss him, feel free.
Yeah.
You won't listen.
Ace, that was nice of you. Probably unnecessary, but the gesture is appreciated.
He's like, he sends you one back. He's like, well, unnecessary or not, it's still happening. I'll leave it up until you tell me otherwise, or whatever bullshit. He's basically, he knows what he did. He probably feels unnecessarily bad. This is just, it's just an unfortunate coincidence. But anyway, yeah, he's doing his best to mend fences, I guess. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys need to or want to discuss any business about Genie, you are free to do so, and he will not hear it. And Ace knows this. So there's that. I want to give you guys that privacy. Also, if you guys decide you want to talk about shit and you don't want me to hear it, let me know, because that shit's always fun. But yeah, if you guys want to just keep trekking till we get to the fish village, that is totally up to you. So, unless anybody's got anything, we'll just do that.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay, so you guys see, you get, a couple 100 yards out, and you maybe see, like, a little bit of smoke from, like, a cooking fire or whatever traveling up. And, you've been here. You've been here and back again, Bilbo. There and back again? Anyway. You see it. Probably a nice sense of relief after going through a long-ass dungeon. And you get there, and you hear a dignified elven voice, and you hear it's a soft voice, but it's they're here. Let us greet them. This way. And you would recognize that voice. It was the elven lady. She kind of piped up. She seemed to be, what the fuck was old boy's name? Argon, the dwarf guy that you did most of your conversation with in the cell they were being held in.
Yeah.
She was the one he kind of conversed with.
Yeah,
he referred
the one
to
that
her,
we thought might have been the cleric.
No, he referred to her as Kendall, and I believe you guys would have had some sort of manifest or something.
Yeah, we have a manifest.
And you would know her. She was the way back when you guys went through her home and you found +1 arrows that I believe have never been fired, because she is a bowsmith and a fletcher. But you also know that she's probably fucking really good with a bow. So
yeah.
You can tell that it's the same voice because she did speak in that interaction, so it's her. And she's sounding the horn that you guys are coming. And you approach, and everyone is rushing to greet you. They have food, they have wineskins. It's not a fucking gigantic feast, but they did the best they could with what they had.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we are the Heroes 3 of the Coasted Shoed Bill. Yes, sir.
You hear Argon go, swing and a miss. Good to see you, though, lads. It's been fucking nice, and I'm glad you ran into presumably as little trouble as we did. He finishes that sentence, and Ace, give me a dex save. I assume that's better than your strength save?
Yeah.
Whichever one.
He's gonna fail. I got a 3 on the die. I'm betting that's a 5.
You go ass over tea kettle. You don't realize why, and you look up, and it is Milo. He has plowed through you.
Awesome.
And he is standing on your chest.
Oh, Milo. No, that's not how we act. But thank you. Very appreciated.
Yeah, he gets up. He flies up off of you.
Ace kind of postures his shoulder up as a spot for him to land.
Before he does that, he actually what he does, he kind of he finds a spot between you and Braddock, and he he does that thing that dogs do. I don't know if cats do it, where they're trying to lay down, but they walk in 9 circles, and he lays down in front of you. And I don't know if you've ever seen him sleep, but he fucking just goes to sleep.
Nice. Yeah, no, he definitely rests.
Yeah.
He does need to rest. So we've seen him rest before, but usually when we're resting.
When he finds that spot that he decides he's gonna lay down in, he fucking flops. If you've had a long day and you come home from work and you want to take a nap, that kind of fucking flop onto the bed, it's very reminiscent of that. And I'll save you the insight check. Even though your communication with him is 2-way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he knows that you haven't been in any danger. He's just happy to see you guys.
Yeah.
So
Ace is the same way, same feelings back to him, and he's just probably gonna plop down next to him
yeah. So
and relax there.
for sure. Yeah, what'd I say? These folks were a couple hours ahead of you, I think. Something like
Yeah.
that. So it's probably I have no fucking concept of time with that dungeon. So we're gonna say it's like evening time. And Argon, he comes up to you and he goes, I apologize if I was a bit curt with you down there, but hopefully you understand with the circumstances we were in that hospitality wasn't something I could offer. But on behalf of all of us, I don't know that debt can ever be repaid.
We don't look for payment. We're just happy that our citizens are safe. What I will need from you, though, Argon, is to take this list and do a roll call. Let us know who you don't have.
And this
Yep,
is
good
all
idea.
the list of the first wave folks.
Yeah, he would have marked off the people we already found.
Right. He
Good idea.
right. He you see him and he's like and he was like tracing a like he's reading lines with his finger, and you can see him keep nodding, and he's like yeah he goes there's a missing body.
And
says,
Ace is gonna say the town leader's name.
So the first mayor,
Yeah,
yeah, it's Alton Scrimshaw.
Alton Scrimshaw.
Yeah, he goes.
Alton Scrimshaw.
He's like, he gives you the tap on the nose, as in you got it.
Ace isn't usually deductive, but he's looked at this list so many times. He knew that name, and that man never spoke up. And if he didn't speak up, he wasn't there.
Right. He's like, what? He's like, what happened? He's like, I mean, we got roughed up pretty. I don't really even remember how we fucking got there. He's like, who took us there?
Couldn't tell you. You were under the charge of Constance Thorogood. She...
You see his face fucking sink. He says, what?
She was in league with... and he names the other two, whose names I've forgotten currently.
Yeah. You have Tipton Langley.
Tipton Langley, yes.
He's a little
Fucking
shithead.
And,
yeah. And Kronog was the orc that...
Kronog.
Yeah.
Kronog and Constance have both been put to death for crimes against the crown. And Tipton has been offered a plea to pledge service to the light and get a chance to repay his debt to the people of Stone Shore.
He says, he took a snitch deal.
I guess. Your Majesty worked that out. He's all about the light and redemption and things like that. Good things.
He says,
Ace says that with very little conviction.
right. He's like, no, that fucking doesn't surprise me for a fucking second.
Are you saying something, Austin? Because you're kind of...
Yeah, you're quiet,
subdued.
Bubba.
Would the guy know that who was who he was?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You mean
just
that
didn't
you
know.
know that you're the prince?
Yeah.
Yeah. He totally knows that.
Well,
He's like,
Well, Ace is always going to call you Your Majesty.
he's like, it doesn't surprise me for a fucking second. That little fucking yellow belly. He's like, how much protection has he been granted? And he does air quotes.
You'd have to ask Your Majesty for the details. I kind of tune it out when he starts talking about stuff like that.
You see his like he's like making a fist and then uncurling it and shit, like he's stretching his knuckles. He's like, that's not fucking important, I guess. He's like, so what? Have you guys, like, downloaded him on the whole thing? Like, the whole thing?
I don't believe we've downloaded them on on all the slavery and stuff.
Okay.
Ace kind of looks at Your Majesty and he says, Your Majesty, what should we do?
So while you guys are talking, I like to think that Nitsuo would have gone into the crowd and just like was speaking with everyone individually, asking names, asking who needed what, if anyone was like had little hurts, and just like checking in on everybody.
Right.
As he liked to do, and then
Dealing out band-aids and shit.
yeah, and then I like to think that Ace.
Well, Ace is critically wounded over here. He's gonna give band-aids to people's scrapes. Thanks.
Well, I would. Well, anyway,
I'm
fine.
talking shit. It's
I was
just
gonna
funny.
say, I'm pretty sure you should be at full health.
I
at
don't
this point.
care.
You've short rested.
No,
Are you guys in short rest?
no.
Good thing I
So,
didn't
We
attack.
mentioned it, but I don't
Rookie
think we did.
move. Sure. Continue,
So,
Austin. I'm sorry.
when Ace does like I like to think that he just sort of like taps my shoulder as I'm just sort of like walking around, and just sort of catches my attention because
Oh, he just hollers, Your Majesty.
Yeah, he doesn't fucking. He's not subtle.
No.
Socially, he's Braddock going through a door, dude. It's just
Yes.
kick that motherfucker and let's go.
Yes,
Please.
that is him socially, and Braddock is the opposite socially.
Right.
And Ace usually cautiously opens doors. Not true.
A little too cautiously, if you ask me.
He opens them
A little
loudly.
too wrath.
Well, yeah. So Nitsuo is talking to the kids, asking everyone their story, and just like trying to get it. And then Ace comes in or Ace calls for him, and then yes, Ace. What can I help you with?
Your Majesty, do you think it's time we download Argon here?
I see what you're saying. I think everyone should get a good meal and a good nap, and in the morning we can tell them all everything as we walk back to our town. I think we could have one peaceful night.
He Argon's
Well-
like, fuck, does that sound goddamn good? He's like Phineas. He's like, yeah, what's up? He's like, how much booze do you guys have? He's like, well, we'll keep a lot on hand, but we can probably have some here, within an hour or two. He's like, fucking do it. And not in like a threatening way, but more of a let's fucking go kind of way. And Phineas is like, oh, it's gonna be one of those kind of nights, I see. He's like, you're goddamn right it is. And he's like,
Phineas, can you also get me as many hoses and water skins as you can?
okay, first, hang on. Before I reply in character, hoses? Like a garden hose?
Like tubing, hoses, any
Plural
small
women.
tubing that they have access to, even if it's glass tubing. I'm making a bong.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was just about to ask you, will me knowing what you are gonna do with this help with my response?
Give me a
Yeah,
snorkel.
like
half
I'm making
avocado.
a bong, so I'm trying. And
So-
if I can get a big one, avocado ice pick and a snorkel there, boss.
Yeah. He says,
Trust me, dude. I made bongs
said,
out of less.
he says, well, he goes, I don't, he's like, actually, and he goes in, I don't know if you guys remember, but the first time you guys approached him, he had like this big trunk that he would always go in. He's like,
Yeah.
he's like, water skins I have. He goes, tubing, hang on. And he goes and he rummages through the trunk, and you see him throwing like nets and like I don't know, fucking what else? You see him throwing out random detritus. He's like, no. He goes, aha, and he pulls out um, a roll, and it's kind of, you see it, and it kind of looks shiny in a way. It looks shiny and rubbery, but it's shiny because it looks wet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he like undoes the little ropes that have tied it into a roll, and he unfurls that thing, and it's a giant fucking manta ray skin, and he's like, "You think you could do something with this?" He's like, "I have glue." He's like, I think maybe if I'm picking up what you're putting down, we could maybe slice this into strips, maybe roll it up,
Is
glue
there-
it together. I think we could do this. I got sticks. We could roll them around for forbs. Like,
Is there any bamboo or reeds in the area?
oh, dude, we got cattails more than you could fucking count. Would you like to bite this one?
Those will work just fine.
He's like, it's a vegetarian hot dog. Bite it.
Ace will take a bunch of those, and then he'll just get like a small metal bowl.
Yeah.
And he'll poke a hole in it.
Yeah.
And then he'll fix that to the bottom of the water skin, and you put like 8 reeds in the top, and everybody
you
just
have
smokes.
sufficiently made a hookah, John.
Nice.
I have to.
That's what we're working on.
Because
there we go.
For some reason, I'll be right back. If anybody's got a pee,
Yep.
do it now.
Will do. What's up, guys? How are you? Time to get off to school. And every day. Sometimes there's this. Now that's crazy.
All right. I come up with great ideas, or at least what seem like great ideas when I'm peeing, for either tidbits or roleplay ideas. Because spoiler alert, this whole fucking thing is gonna be roleplay. Excuse me. Let's find a party noise.
You okay? You mad about that?
I'm mad. He's asking me.
What, Dad? You'll be okay. You'll be able to, your mom can always take you back and get it. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. Is everybody here?
I'm still here.
Okay. Is Boz here? He might be peeing.
On your mom's tits.
Meh. Probably the same angle of attack for a toilet.
According to Lindsay, right?
That's one of my favorite stories of all time.
Well, yeah, it's
fucking
because of
great.
your
story.
mom. I mean, one of my favorite
Well-
stories of all time is when you had to see my mom's tits. That's just
I think that story isn't near as good if this is fucking weird. We're talking about family members' boobs too much, but that story suffers greatly if Aunt Teresa isn't, racked like a fucking 8-year-old. Like,
Well, yeah. Oh, the story with Lindsay.
yeah,
Yeah. And your mom. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Because she is fucking IBTC founding member.
Did I tell you one time I went with my mom to the pharmacy and she had like a stain on her shirt. It's like Taco Bell or something. And she goes, "Look, I spilled it on myself." Have you heard the story?
I don't know.
And it was like up at like the top part of her chest. I go, "What the fuck were you eating laying down?" She's like, "You're a real asshole." I'm like, "Yeah, but that's a good joke."
Oh, shit.
Ow.
All right, I hear Boz is back. I'm gonna reload,
Yes, I am.
and then we'll get this party started. Pink. All right, so I would say probably in the time it takes Ace and whoever's helping him to fashion this hookah, Phineas's connection has arrived with provisions.
I feel like I find it funny you don't assume that right away that Brax is already helping with the hookah.
Well, I mean, you could totally help. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. I imagine it's going to take some time for that glue to set. That's where I'm thinking the longest portion of this process happens. But yeah, you get this thing fashioned up, and it's pretty good. You might see a couple of small leaks, but not enough to really give a fuck about, right? It's surprisingly, actually, no, fuck that. It's surprisingly well made for being MacGyvered to fuck, and they've got a couple of fish bards. They're playing some music for you guys. And the Lokatha that are there, they are obviously they're going to be much more energetic because they haven't been held prisoner for God knows how long, up to 3 months. But what they're doing is they're kind of like they're playing hostess. They're making sure that all the recently freed prisoners, have enough food, have enough drink. They're just they're being great hosts, and everybody's having a great time. Austin, what's Natsua doing through here?
He's going around talking to people and like quietly trying to make sure shit doesn't get out of hand and stay somewhat family friendly to make
Right.
sure everyone feels comfortable. But knows that people need to let off some steam and just be happy for a night.
Is he trying to like subtly prevent possible hangovers, but if he sees it's gonna happen, it's too fucking late, he just lets it go, kind of thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
Ace is just getting super stoned.
You guys all see a dwarven female,
No booze.
and you see her walking around with something. Everybody
Right,
make me a
there's a
perception.
dwarven female
Everybody
walking
make me
around
a
with something.
perception check. I have ketchup on my shirt.
Well, what do you want to do? Pick her up?
What were you laying down?
Yeah, no, I'm fat.
Burn.
My tits are big enough.
I got a 3.
9.
Okay.
And that'll mean no.
Austin, you got a 13. Okay, Austin. Mitsuo, I just want to see who rolled the highest. Austin, you see this dwarven female, and she's walking around with a bunch of feathers. And then you see her walk up to Phineas, and you see him nod, and he kind of like holds a fin out as almost a gesture, right this way. And then a little bit later, you see this same dwarven female come back with a package. And she's like, "Guys, I've got my specialty for everyone." she looks at you three. She's like, have you guys had this before? But she hasn't opened the shit up yet. She's like,
What is it,
are
a
you
stout?
talking about?
she goes, I made a special treat for everyone. And she opens it up, and it is not a welcome sight. She has a bundle of milk jerky.
Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
She says,
You must be friends with Babs.
she goes, oh.
Nobody got my short person joke
Wow.
over there.
She's like, I was wondering who was running the hissing pony in my absence. She's like, praise be, it hasn't sunk, has it? Is it still being utilized?
Oh, it's still up and running.
She's
And
like,
pumping out food for everyone.
she opens up the little parcel. She's like, well, here, you can have first pick.
We're good. Thank you, though.
No? You see,
Not-
she's a little disappointed.
Not really a fan. Sorry.
We're all allergic to it. Actually.
There are some people
Austin,
in
roll me a
town
deception check.
who are insanely big fans of it. Onrod, he seems to love this stuff, and he's
Austin,
a big fella, big fucker. He can eat a lot of it.
Austin, she comes up to you. She goes, "Oh my, you're all allergic? That is a horrible coincidence."
Achoo.
She says, "Okay, now you roll me a deception check for that one, because she
Oh,
was
that's
all
awesome.
in.
I
He
hope I
critted
fail.
that deception roll.
I hope I fail.
Yeah, it's
17.
pretty good. She buys it.
Yeah.
She's like, okay. Oh, she like takes it away. She's like, okay, yeah, I don't need you guys feeling unwell. She's like, okay,
Yeah.
more for the
Ace-
rest of us. And you see like, you see Argon. He's like, oh yeah, and like 2 other people. Everybody else is like, fuck that shit. But like the low cost, they try it, and it's a mixed bag. Some like it, some don't. Yeah, so she says, well, when we get back, me and Bob's, we're gonna have that motherfucker really bouncing every night. She says, rank a loggerhead. Pleasure to meet you.
Hey,
Get it away from that zoo, I hurry.
Rinka, you said?
Ranka.
Okay, Ranka. Okay. Ranka, yes. Do you mind stepping over here? I became very close friends with Bob's while we were at camp and in the short periods we did spend there. I'd like to have a conversation with you.
Oh, sure, of course. What can I do you for? And she like follows you off to the side.
Well, you see, I've been quite the performer at the inn there, the Hissing Pony.
She says, no, I haven't seen it. I've been in prison for months.
Well, yes, I'm aware.
Oh, well then
But-
that was a weird sentence to say to me. But
I-
go on.
Maybe,
Cutting you a new one.
possibly. I'm not good with sentences. I
Right,
just
yeah.
talk a lot.
Anyway,
He's not a
So-
player.
she says, I've got a bush. Could you stop beating around it?
Yes,
Kate Bush.
I have a proposition to make with you. The same one I made to Bob's. And he's gonna reach into the lamp and pull out one of the feathers.
Okay.
The
One of
rock
the rock
feathers.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like,
She's like, her
Now-
eyes fucking light up, yo.
I have plenty of these. There's more where these came from.
Huh?
But not everyone is a huge fan of the milk jerky. So
No?
you're free to offer it. But please do not push it on people and force it upon anyone. Because it should be their choice whether they want to imbibe or not.
Give
Just
me-
like any other food.
Give me a whatever kind of social check you would like.
I'll go with persuasion. I think it's the same as the rest. Let's see what that total is. Oh, that's a plus 11, so I got a 12.
Okay, no, it was only DC 5. She says,
Well, yeah, I got a
you
1, so I was worried.
No, that's fine. You see, you see when you tell her this, she has a look of defeat on her face, but then like she kind of comes around. She goes, "Okay, you know, it's an old family recipe, so it's a bit tough to hear that it's not well received, but I understand. I'll just
It's just a bit of an odd treat.
Sure, no. Hey, if it's I understand you probably struck up a deal with Babs in my absence, but um, if it's not too much of an imposition, perhaps maybe when we get back above the bar, I can hang a sign. All the milk jerky you could want, just ask. Something like that.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, she perks up a little bit. She goes, okay, you know.
You see, I understand that I myself can be somewhat of a tangy treat from time to time, and people don't much care for me always. But sometimes, some people, they absolutely love me.
Yeah? No? Okay. Well, I can't sympathize too much. People tend to. Nice. You pass. You don't vomit, Boz.
Damn right.
She says, I can't empathize too much. People tend to like the lady who's slinging booze, so maybe it's not so genuine, but people tend to like me. But I get it. I understand. I'm picking up what you're putting down, and
The jerky?
I'll turn the volume down a little bit. A lot.
It's okay.
Says,
Honestly, you're not nearly as bad as your sister was. I'm guessing your sister's? Maybe not.
No,
she was a gnome.
No, we're just friends. Yeah, no.
Yes, your friend.
Yeah, we're just friends. No, she's good people. But yeah, I'll see how she's been doing things, and we'll come up with something. And if it's too much, you just let me know. And I tell you what, you just give me this symbol, and she kind of like pantomimes turning a volume knob, even though that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck is a volume knob? She goes, you just do this, and I'll do my best.
It's very appreciated, and I'll do my best to keep the feathers coming.
She goes, great. She says, I suppose it's the least I can do. Haven't been able to make this stuff in a while. You know, we're not exactly
Babs
a bunch
turned
of
up
feathers.
quite a bit.
Oh.
We gave her an entire owlbear carcass, and I believe she was able to cook up quite a large amount. She was quite excited.
She like fucking like does the thing where like she realizes she was drooling and then like quick like rubs it off. She's like, oh, a whole owlbear. Shit. Okay. She burps. She says, oh, sorry, too much ale. And she goes, okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to set this over here on this barrel, and if anybody asks, you tell them it's over there, and if they ask me, I'll tell them. I won't force it on them.
Why, thank you. That's very appreciated.
So the party's still going. Everybody, like I said, the Lakatha are doing great. And you see, Boz what's Braddock doing?
Right now?
I mean, sure. I mean, not you. What do you think he would be doing at any random moment in the party?
Honestly, just enjoying himself.
Just kind of kicked up, sitting there in the cut, just hanging out. Yeah. So you see another dwarf. She looks different than the dwarf you just spent time with. And she comes up to you and she goes, hi. She says,
You okay there?
Yeah, no, this is just the way I sound.
Okay.
Sorry. She says,
Sorry.
She says,
For you.
She says, Leisha under braids. I don't know. She says, getting a feel off of you. You've got a bit of it in you, don't you? Yeah, she says that.
Madam, this is the worst pickup attempt I've ever experienced.
She says, oh, you misread me. She says, you've got a bit of that good stuff.
I bet.
You've got a divine presence about you. Yeah?
Well, that depends on your divinity.
Sure, no, I get it. But she says, how's the, she goes, of the three of you I've met, you might be the one with the answer. I don't know, maybe I should fuck off and ask the other ones, but, how's the chapel doing? Because I used to run that. I don't know if you, did Sangha make it? Did you guys meet her, first of all? It would have been the dwarven cleric in town.
Buzz was almost about to hit on her at one point, and then I think
thought
he fucking
so.
just fell
Yeah, I
for it.
thought we cut that
Yeah,
short.
he definitely met her.
Okay, so you know who she's talking about.
Okay.
Her name was Sangha, and you guys have conversed. She says, did Sangha make it over?
Yeah. Yes, you did.
She says, how are things going at the chapel?
I mean, they're pretty steady as always.
Okay. She says, that's good to hear. She goes, okay, well, now that business is out of the way, she goes, what's your deal?
I'm a bit of a head case right now.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's that divinity you were talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. She goes, well, I'll leave you to it. She's like grumbling and she walks away, and you see her like smack herself in the head, and she's like, and you hear her say, God damn it, Alicia, your heart's fucking gross. She walks away and she goes and finds a barrel and pours herself another mug, and downs that, and then pours another one.
Yeah. She was asking questions she doesn't want the answers to. That's fine.
Right. So, Austin, I imagine, since it's Nitsua's kind of thing, he's, kind of surveying the room. He's always checking in on people. But I imagine at some point, maybe he sits down for, just a little bite to, chill and have a little. He needs moments for himself too, right? So maybe he's taking one of those.
Yeah, I think he'd be sitting off the corner once everything everyone found their niche and got comfortable and just enjoying people being happy and like actually being able to get them. Maybe he's chuckling at Ace.
So you're sitting. Let's just say you're sitting at a table. There's an empty chair across from you, and the elven woman I mentioned, who was the Fletcher and the bowsmith, her name is Kendall. This is something you would know. She goes and she pulls the chair out that's sitting across from you, spins it around 180 and sits in it, the way they make fun of youth creature style, the AC Slater style.
Absolutely.
And she says, Your Majesty, thank you for all you've done.
You can call me Nitsua. Ace just likes to put on a little pageantry.
She says Kendall, and she extends a hand because I don't know that she wants to formally introduce herself. She says, "What's going on, man?" She's like, that shit sucked."
Yeah, it did. Life sometimes throws you curveballs, but I'm proud you guys took it and were able to adapt, and that we're all back, and hopefully soon we can start making sense of this together. He basically does a non-answer answer.
Gotcha. He's dancing around it. She says,
Yeah, because he wants to tell everyone tomorrow.
Sure. She says, okay. How are you doing?
I'm just taking it one day at a time. This was a great day, and I'm enjoying it.
She says, everybody, even though all of us just met you, people won't shut the fuck up about how calming you are. Like, and you could tell she was like struggling for the word calming, but then like landed on it and like that's fucking it. She's like, people are ranting about how calming you are. She's like, is that your thing? Like, is that what you do? Like, I'm not trying to.
You can.
I'm not taking shots here. I'm just asking.
You could say that's part of it.
It's like, okay. Just as
How are you doing?
good as we expected, considering, you know, my eyes are still adjusting to the light, man. This bonfire is a little bright, if I'm being honest with you. You know, fucking being an elf, not being able to see, it's like telling a bird they can't fly.
So, Adam, are there a lot of elves that are citizens?
You mean like amongst the first and second wave?
Yeah.
They're certainly a minority. Like, I'd say in total, maybe 5.
So would he know that she's a citizen? Because if not, he'd ask her. Like, how did you make
no, you would have seen the manifest that Ace handed to Argon. Yeah, you would know that she came over on the first wave.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would just sort of talk to her and get to know her background and who she was, what she did, what her aspirations were coming over. Just like he does everyone, he wants to turn the conversation back on her to get to know her.
She says, yeah, no, been working bows my whole life. She says, actually, let me check something. Excuse me, I just thought of something, and I want to check something out. If not, I have a good detour. Just gotta look. Didn't expect to need y'all's character sheets open. Okay, cool. So, she says, yeah, I mean, bows and archery. That's been my life. She says, I see you've still got it. I really want to play into that, but I feel bad that he's sick.
That's what I said. Quick, get the jerky away from Mitsuha.
Yeah.
He would start talking.
Just
to her
happy
in
he's in
Elvish.
Texas.
What'd you say, Austin?
He would start talking to her in Elvish, asking her about her home, about her people, about why she came over to Stone Shore, what brought her here.
She replies she replies in Elvish, but what she replies is in. We'll get to that. But I see you've still got it, and you see kind of a knowing grin on her face, and she kind of looks down, or she looks over at your gear.
Yeah.
And what do you say? Do you say
All
anything?
in good time. All in good time.
She says, I guess you don't remember. She says, that bow you've been carrying around with you. She says, they had me make that for you.
Did she look at the bow, or did she look at the box that has the thing in it?
No. She looked at like I imagine you like set your backpack and your weapons all down in one pile.
Sure.
So
She's the Fletcher. She's talking
Yeah,
about your weapons, dude.
right.
No, yeah, cool.
She goes, yeah, around the time you started walking, they had that commissioned, and yours truly strung it for the first time.
That's incredible.
She says, I hope it served you well.
You know, there's always I feel comfortable with the arrows that I have, but I noticed that you had some special kind of arrows that I had some trouble shooting. Maybe you could show me one day how to use those.
She says, she looks over at your pack again. She goes, you found those and still have those, huh? And she like emphasizes the word those. She goes, why didn't you try those ones with the purple fleshing on them?
Well, like I said, didn't feel. I felt comfortable with what I had, and I didn't. I like to, be taught before I just start shooting stuff, especially if it's necessary, and I don't know all the ramifications. And
She says, "Well, I think you'll find those quite nice. They fly truer and stronger than anything you've got, than the rest of them in your quiver. But she kind of like looks away, and you see her kind of like get this fucking like knowing smile, and you see her swallow like she's got a big lump in her throat, and she's like, I can't believe you still have that thing. She says, you mind if I check it out?
absolutely,
Talking about your bow.
It's been a good bow, and it's served me well. And he hands it to her.
She says, let me look at it. Let me take this. I'll see what I can do. And she walks off with it. She walks off with it. Do you stop her?
No.
Okay. So she leaves you to your meal, and that's all the interaction I had planned. So, does anyone have anything they want to do before we call it a night on the party?
Nope.
No.
John?
No, I don't think I really had anything.
Okay, so, yeah, things are wrapping up. Phineas comes up to you guys. He says, well, fuck. You can see he's exhausted. He says, his gills they're heaving. Because that's the only way I could figure out if a fish was tired, I would think. He says, everybody's kind of tired today, and unless you guys need anything, I think I'm gonna turn in myself. And he says, we've got.
Why, yes, my friend.
Yeah.
Get to sleep.
He says, well, we had you guys, we've saved this one over there for you. And he points at a hut. He goes, it's the best we could do on short notice, but you guys deserve that. And he's like, it's the best bedding in the town. He's like, sleep well.
Well, why, thank you.
Not a problem. He says, thank you for returning my kinsman. He's like, I'm gonna hit the sack, and if you guys need anything, I'll be sleeping in that hut. And he points out a hut. He's like, don't hesitate to wake me. You guys take care.
And so,
Definitely.
Braddock, I'm headed over here. And
But after that, like, it was
walks
bad.
to the hut.
It's just,
When I started drinking it throughout the day, that's when I.
So one of the things that I kind of want to intimate is that I'm going to try and find probably one of the older people who's got some arthritis or a bad back, and Nitsu's going to give them his bed, and he's going to sleep out using his bedroll like he always does, staying up late talking to anybody who would talk to him.
I would
Ace,
say
Ace is kind of upset that you let one of these flea-infested prisoners into our hut, and so I'm
God
just kidding.
damn.
No, I'm just
Dude,
kidding.
we got the same fleas they do.
So you survey the crowd, and you
Ours are noble.
find out you do your best guesstimation, and you figure it's Argon. He's a fucking blacksmith. You know, he's been lifting heavy shit his whole life. He's been forging metal, and he says, you sure? He's like, you've already rescued me. I don't want to take your bed now.
You were mine to rescue, and the bed is open to anybody. Please enjoy a good night's sleep. You deserve it.
He thinks on it for a while, and he starts looking around. He's kind of looking.
I look at him and I say, "You can't really tell me no. Now go get some sleep."
He kind of laughs, and he goes, well, he's like, honestly, I was just looking for a better candidate, but that's one hell of an argument you've got there, lad. He says, he just kind of nods, and you see him he kind of chokes up, and he's like, I appreciate it, and he wanders over to the tent, and you hear a big thud. He fucking hits the sack, and in seconds you hear him sawing logs. He's snoring
Excellent.
like me, which I don't know if any of you besides John have heard me snore.
Nope.
It's fucking impressive.
I remember it being relatively loud. Not Denny Cernecca levels of fucking
He's got age on me, man.
insanity.
But yeah. Um, so yeah. I mean, you don't feel you guys don't. I am assuming you guys. Phineas also mentioned before he tuckered out that he's like we'll rewind a bit. He's like please sleep through the night. We had a couple of our number. They decided to forego the festivities and, so that they were able to keep watch over all of you. You all have suffered enough. I mean, they may not be the best warriors, but they can certainly sound the alarm. So you guys get your rest. You've earned it. And so basically, you guys don't have to set a watch. You've got people watching your back for once, which I don't know that you've had like the whole fucking time. So
I mean, in our city,
right, but how many nights have you really spent there?
not many.
Exactly.
Maybe 5.
Right. So, yeah. I mean, you guys sleep. You long rest. You had a great night, and you I imagine I don't know. I'm assuming Nitsu is probably the first awake, even though he's a heavy sleeper. He was probably indulging the least from the sounds of it.
Yeah, he's gonna wake up and make sure there was a good breakfast for everyone. I mean, you know how when camps are like, after the first time someone wakes up, and you start rustling around, everyone starts rustling around.
Yeah, they
and starts
slowly
getting
start. They slowly start coming out, but you get up and
everyone after the first guy is cursing the guy before him.
exactly that's 100% me when I get waken up on like a fucking big sleepover. But no, you get up with the sunrise, and you know you've got these very considerate plans of putting the coffee on, getting some breakfast going, and you see that the night watchmen already have it started.
Great, you go get a cup of coffee then.
Yeah. He's like, this guy's name is what's his name? His name's Gilbert. Get it? He says, I know I sound a lot like Phineas, but cup of mud. And he offers you a cup of coffee.
Yes, thank you.
Hang on a second.
Low cost coffee is just going to be mud that's been brewed down.
Okay, sorry. So, yeah, Gilbert, the fishman, offers you a cup of coffee. He says, might want to let that cool off. It's okay. It's just got a burn going down, but it'll kick you in the ass. So, awesome.
No, I'm still here. He would just drink his coffee and just say thank you.
Okay.
He wouldn't engage too much. He's still waking up. Too.
Sure. No, that's fine. So you guys slowly start. Ace, you're awoken by a scaly snout pushing you in the face like this move.
Oh, yes, Milo. How are you? Good morning.
His tail's wagging.
Okay, I guess I'll get up.
I know that's not a reptile thing, but it is.
Yeah,
now.
no, I like it. I am perfectly fine with him acting like a dog.
He is now a dog.
That's fine.
You're gonna get a lot more flavor out of me that way.
He's gonna also go where he's gonna follow the smell of coffee because I'm sure he smells that. Yeah,
He's
let's get the black stuff
you
there,
see
Milo.
you see Gilbert there over the percolator, and he's like, "Hoof, I'm surprised you're up this early, there, Chief. Although
I
you did
didn't
kind
want to
of
be.
you conked
And he
out
looks at
early."
Milo.
Yeah, he Milo's like, yeah, I know, right? He's like, well, this ought to light the fire. Here, you could, yeah, take that. Go have yourself a seat. Get ready to start the day.
Gotcha. He's gonna press the digitate some fancy flavor on it and start drinking it.
Cool it off
And
just enough
cool it,
so it's drinkable.
Cool it perfectly.
Yeah.
And just take a big heavy drink so it looks like he's
right, like you're a badass. Yeah. So you and Milo walk out. Milo is looking around and he sees Nitsua and Ace, you see him clock him. He looks up at you. He clocks you. He scurries back into the tent and Ace, you probably don't see this, but he jumps on Braddock's chest. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen a husky try to wake somebody up.
Yeah,
They
it hurts
raise
like
up
hell.
and they fucking double foot stomp you with their front paws. He starts doing that to your back. He does it a couple times until you start to stir.
Adam, just to help you, if you want to use this, I can cast spells through Milo's cantrips. And I think maybe even spells, but he has full access to my cantrips.
Roll me 4 Eldritch Blasts on Braddock.
No, if you want to use cantrips,
no,
basic ones,
I'm all good.
Feel free.
I'm all good. No, he's just you feel him. He double foot stomps you a couple times. He does a couple circles on you, and you get the same nose in the face treatment. Braddock. You're the last one to wake up. I decided.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So he's trying to wake you the fuck up.
What?
You just see he's got his mouth open. He's panting like an excited dog.
Wait, what do you want?
He spins in a circle and then he looks at you the same way. He can't talk, so.
Damn it, I know. I look at him like, okay. Damn
You can send him telepathic images, though.
Oh, he sends you an image of everyone awake and eating breakfast.
Oh, and I look at him like, oh, okay. Go back to sleep.
Yeah, he jumps the fuck back up on you. He is
fine,
a relentless
I'm
motherfucker.
I'm up.
Cool. You walk out. Do you want some coffee as well?
Yes.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
you get your coffee. As soon as you start to walk over with your coffee towards the rest of the group, he runs up to Ace, and he jumps on Ace, and he to get his attention, and then he looks at Braddock, and then he looks back at Ace, and he's wagging his tail. He's like, "Look, I got him." That's basically the. He's like, "I got him up. Here he is," and he's just super thrilled with himself. He's happy that the band
Braddock.
is back together.
Nice of you to join us, sleepyhead.
Shut the hell up.
Milo runs to you after you say "shut the hell up," and he gets on his back, and he's like this, and he's wagging and wiggling, much like a dog would when they want their belly rubbed.
Okay, I'll rub his belly.
All right, he starts looking like he's ticklish, and then he runs away, and then he gets the zoomies a little bit, and then he comes back.
Ace just kind of shrugs and goes back to eating.
Braddock, you feel a thump on your foot.
The hell is that?
You look down and you see a dead squirrel, and you see Milo sitting there looking at you, mouth open, tail wagging.
Oh,
Pneumonia.
this is what Ace ordered.
Oh, he picks it up and he goes and drops it in the middle of Ace's breakfast.
Good, Milo.
What got dropped in my breakfast?
A dead squirrel.
Oh. Milo! What the hell?
That's what you ordered.
He's so happy. He thinks he brought you $1 million.
Yeah,
This-
you don't you remember at the beginning of this whole campaign you were hoping to get some squirrel on this mission?
I I don't recall. You know
He
what?
runs back with a dead cat because that's what
Yeah.
Ace was really looking
Uh,
for.
I mean,
I'm
He
going
doesn't do
to.
that.
I'm gonna put this somewhere safe, and he tosses it in the lamp, hoping Jeannie will know what to do with it.
You hear what you hear because he said he soundproofed it was you hear. You get the general sensation that it's like what the fuck.
Ace ignores that,
He pops out with his ears
and he
plugged.
prestidigitates the germs off the food.
Genie pops out with his ears plugged, and he like makes the squirrel comes up. He's like pointing at like, is this yours? Like he's doing this. He's doing a lot of panto.
Just get rid of it.
He gives you a thumbs up, and he he just takes it back in the lamp with him. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So
Every once in a while, Ace just throws things he needs to get rid
yeah,
of.
it's nice that
in
you
the
treat
lamp.
his home like a garbage bin. So you guys have a
He's not corrected that behavior. That's on him.
I mean, well, you know, right
If
now
he doesn't tell Ace to stop,
right now he's certainly not going to correct that behavior.
no,
This is not the
yeah,
time.
yeah. No,
So
for sure.
he goes back in the lamp with the squirrel. You guys enjoy a really nice breakfast, and Kendall, the Fletcher, she comes up to you, Nitsua, and she's like, "So when do we get on the road?" Nobody else is really rushing. Like everybody else is chilling, enjoying their time. She seems to want a bit of urgency. I don't mean to keep forcing you into roleplay, Austin. I know you don't feel good.
So essentially, Nitsu is going to give them a sort of same speech as he did the people.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to talk to them about truth, and truth starts with transparency. And he's going to talk about transparency that it's going to be rough. This is a hard truth.
Mm-hmm.
But he believes in them. Basically, he says all the things that he's known for saying.
All his catchphrases.
Yeah, you don't have to repeat
Yeah,
all
you guys-
the whole
you guys-
speech.
Yeah, you
We
guys
were
are
there.
gonna have to miss my repertoire.
No,
Yeah.
we know it. We know
Yeah,
the
but
Dog and Pony show.
And basically, wants to encourage them, but he tells them everything that he knows of so far, and tells them we're going back. We're going to get with the colony, and we're going to try and figure out a way to put an end to this together.
Cool. So you did just so I'm on board with you. Do you like give them the whole thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
Dad's flavor.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
That's why he was, the whole, all the other kingdoms, not really digging him anymore. And then, he was sending us all here, essentially, it looks like, just to enslave us.
You see, so you give this whole speech, and everybody give me either perception or insight, whichever's better for you. I don't care.
Ooh, 20.
Nice.
7.
Total.
Oh, wait, where the hell is mine?
I don't know. I see Austin's.
Yeah, it didn't pop up.
It might be a little slow. It's okay. Well, that's fine. We'll go through. Nitsua and Ace, you definitely see. Oh, there you go.
Look.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, you're fine. You see it too, Braddock.
Okay.
You guys know this story, so you probably just kind of surveying the crowd, all three of you, as Nitsua is downloading everybody on what's been going on, and you see Argon just get like increasingly angry. Like he's like about when Nitsua's like 95% of the way through, he's white knuckling his coffee mug, and then he finishes his story, and you just hear. And his ceramic coffee mug he's been drinking out of shatters, and you hear "God damn it!" And he picks up the shards and throws them, and he's like, Betrayed by our own fucking people. You gotta be fucking shitting me.
So Nitsua, using his force light,
Mm-hmm.
is gonna do the same thing he did with the parents. He's gonna grab
The
those
shards.
pieces, shards, and sort of pull him to him,
Yeah, it's fine. He
and sort
spiked
of,
them on the ground, so they're not like dozens of feet away. That's fine.
yeah,
Love
and
that.
he puts them together, and he kind of gives a small speech. And I had one. I've got it. I know what he would say, but basically, when the world hurts you, you can either hurt the world back, or you can decide that no one else is going to be hurt the way you did. We are not judged based off of what we do when everything is going the way we want. We're judged based off of our reactions like today. And I know anger is going to be an easy one. Basically, he talks about it like choosing anger is going to be an easy one, but it's toxic, and
Fear
we need
leads
to
to
channel
hate.
that.
Hate leads to anger.
Yeah,
Anger leads to suffering.
yeah, and we need to try and channel that energy. I can go in the other room. I can and channel the energy to compassion for each other, and to basically we're gonna go fuck some shit up. So you can hold on to that. Don't you worry. But for now, uh, we need to heal before we can react properly.
Um, roll me, like any kind of charisma based check that isn't like this. I imagine your persuasion's probably your best one. Um,
I'm. I have to go pee real quick. Sorry, I just
me
stood up
too,
and.
actually. So I'm gonna do that.
I'll be right back.
I'm fine.
Okay, I'm back. What the fuck did... Oh, okay, cool.
And he's gonna say stuff like, yes, you were betrayed by your king. I was betrayed by my father. We will right these wrongs together, kind of thing.
Right.
You guys take your medicine yet?
No.
Go ahead and do that.
No.
Wait. Yes.
And turn that light out in there because it's 9 o'clock already.
What's going on?
John
It's
was
apparently
talking
9
to his
o'clock.
children, and he asked if they
Oh.
took their medicine, and I
You
said
good with Power
yes,
Rangers?
and it was my beer.
Okay.
They better take their medicine, or their dad is gonna give them a purr.
Sorry you had to come on D&D night.
All right. God damn, I'm a belchy fucking mess.
So yeah, basically he's going to really focus on healing your wounds first before we think about retribution.
For sure. He's like, you see him, like, he almost sees
You just can't eat it in over the next
the,
step. Here, cheese it for right here.
um,
Oh, Go ahead and
He
make
sees
popcorn.
the
He's gonna
metaphor
sit
you're
on
making
the-
with your magic of, like putting the cup he smashed back together as a let's heal our hearts first, and then we can fix the bigger problem, kind of thing. Like
Does Ace have any magic that could actually fix the broken cup?
I don't believe so.
You should get that because that'd be a really cool tag team thing.
Mending's a great.
I mean, I
cantrip.
could get the mending cantrip. It is a good one.
I believe
because then
you could
Don't I
have
have
taken it too, but you
Wait.
took spare the dying.
Wait.
Well,
you
that's probably-
don't get cantrips, boss.
I remember.
But you might
Mindy,
have
though.
you might have a spell that can do something with that. Let me look at something real quick because I might not have added a cantrip if I've gained one recently.
If you have one, I will totally let you retcon to have mending to reinforce this metaphor.
No, I don't think I have a free one.
That's fine. We have no. Austin uses his telekinetic movement to reassemble the mug somewhat, and you see the anger like cool in him, and Kendall, the Fletcher, she's been sitting there right by you. Kind of picked up, if you guys haven't, your characters would have picked up that he's been kind of their de facto leader since they've been in prison, and she's kind of been his right hand, and she's like puts a calming elf hand on him, and like he's like, okay. He's like, I'm not happy about this, but I'm on board. You guys fucking saved their lives, so he's forever in your debt, whether or not you agree. And she's like, okay, are we ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Everybody make sure you take a long rest too if you haven't.
Yeah. Everybody should be back up to everything. So you guys get on the road. I don't remember how long it was. It was a few days, I remember. Does anybody have anything they want to do in this journey?
No.
Ace, at some point when we're like taking the lead on the trip, the three of us, when he can get the three of us alone while we're marching, he's gonna say, boys, well, your majesty, you specifically, some of your words, they struck me back there. Transparency, it's key. And I've been false with you since the moment I've met you. My name is not Ace Burbank. I am just a lowly farmer named Jeff Johnson. And he says it with like a sullen look on his face.
He looks at Ace and he says, "Who are any of us alone and nameless? You will always be Ace to me." And he gives him like one of those little bro hugs.
Aw, that makes him feel better. He's still kind of like frumpy because he doesn't like that. He hates that part of his life. And he'd probably go more in depth and kind of tell you a little more about where he's from as we're walking, and just share some small stories, kind of stuff he shared with the captain in the past, so I won't retell it.
Braddock picks him up and hugs him and is like, "Come here, JJ."
Oh, please don't.
When you pick him up and hug him, Milo like fucking tries to shimmy his way in between you guys. Like, he definitely wants in on this fucking action.
Yeah, room for the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, I like to think Nitsua would talk about, identity and who we are, and you might have left to Stone Shore as somebody you weren't, but you've grown into the person that you wanted to be, kind of thing.
Well, thank you. Sorry, guys. Kids want popcorn.
Yeah, so good talk.
Yes. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'm trying to grow every chance I can get. I'm succeed
all
sometimes.
So, I don't. If you guys weren't done, please let me know. But
Yeah, that's. He just wanted to kind of get
just
that
to,
out there.
keep things moving. Ace, you
Tying up loose ends.
no, you're good. You get a psst. Hey, you gotta
Uh,
sit in.
Yeah. Braddock, can you hold this? And he hands him the lamp.
Yeah. Here,
And
give it to me.
he disappears into it.
Bragg, do you keep hanging on to the lamp?
No.
Who do you just drop it? Do you give it to somebody?
Are we walking or are
Yeah,
we
you guys
driving?
are walking.
Okay, yeah, do we have a carriage of any kind?
No, but you've got plenty of people that would gladly take it off
Here,
your hands.
hold this.
Yeah, it's the dwarf that came up on you that was kind of hitting on you. She's like, I'll hold it for you.
I bet you would.
She,
Here,
winks.
the lamp.
You hand her the lamp and she looks fucking devastated. She's carrying it.
Consider it training for later.
Uh,
If you can hold the lamp, you can dodge a car. No, I'm just kidding.
What's the car? So she holds the lamp. Ace, so you're in the thing with Jeannie, and you notice it looks different in here. There's like fucking thousands of pillows surrounding the walls. He's like, hey man,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Not much.
What's the climate like out there?
He's gonna give him the lowdown on everything that's been going on. He's gonna bust out the bong for him to give it a shot.
Whoa.
I made these.
Whoa.
Now we
Damn.
can share.
Fucking, I mean, I don't want to like bogart anything, but like if you wanted to like leave that in here for safekeeping, I'll take care of it.
Well, yeah, I got 3 of them, so yeah, we'll keep them here, and when I need them, I'll
You made 3 bongs.
put my hand in. But you said he had multiple water skins.
That's
I thought,
fine. I
so
don't care how many bongs
I figured,
you made.
yeah, I would have made a few of them because we had a big party of people, so he was passing them around.
No, that's fine. I just was
Yeah.
unaware that you made multiple ones. I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
about that. He's like, oh, yeah, yeah, no, I'll keep this one safe. He's like, you see his excitement over the bong wear off. He's like, man, I don't know. He's like, am I good? You can see he's still fucking like, he's not feeling great.
I think you're over worried about all this stuff. Everything's fine. At least that I can tell. I'm fine.
He's like, dude,
The only thing that made me sad was, I felt like an only child. And I never felt like that before. But that's okay because I never really was an only child. That's just something I gotta come to grips with.
He's like, yeah, man. Like, I mean,
It's okay.
You told me your whole story, and like, I kind of picked up that you were like that seemed special to you, and you never asked. So, I didn't mean to leave it out, but I didn't want to take that away from you.
I mean, I didn't ask about it, so it's not your responsibility to tell me.
I know, but I just want you to know that if you had asked, I would have told you. He's like looking at the floor the whole time, by the way.
Are you guys having this conversation private?
It's in the lamp, so yeah, you guys can't hear because the lamp is now soundproofed.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, Jeannie, I want you to know, I'm not mad at you. I don't think you did this. You were with me while most of it was happening. I mean, we've been together for a good long time.
I know.
And I've been with you for like 6-7 years. Since I was still pretty much a kid.
It's been the hell long, huh?
Might be
Like,
longer. I'm not good with time.
Dude, me either. Fucking when you
I've been
guys
on my own for 10 years and I've been with you for most of it.
when you've been alive as long as I have, it's they all kind of run together, you know.
I haven't been alive that long and it all runs together. I can't fucking imagine how bad it is for you.
It's not so bad. You know, you see, I don't mean to rub salt in a wound, but I've had some friends, and he's using it the way I used it last session.
Yeah.
He's like, I've had some friends that I've been with my whole life, and well, their whole life, and it's not easy to see them go, but you know, the good ones, it was nice to see them live out their days.
Well, JD, I
just
hope I live as long as you need me to.
I don't need you to live any longer than you have to, man. He's like, I hope you live as long as you can.
Well, then, I hope I live as long as I can, too.
Same, buddy.
He's not good at the cheering up, but he's trying. He knows Genie needs it, so he's trying.
I'm right there. I'm 100% with you, buddy. Says,
and he's gonna pull out a joint for sure and break it up into the bowl.
Yeah. So you guys rock that, and he's like, I still feel a little bit like I'm gonna be walking on eggshells around Nitsua. I feel cool with. I do feel bad about the whole only child thing, but you know, I didn't have any control over that.
I have an idea that might garner some goodwill with Nitsua.
He perks up.
But you'd have to come way out of your comfort zone and take some risks.
He's like, okay, I'm listening.
Well, the three of us have garnered quite the following amongst the villagers and now the new saved villagers. You could offer to reveal yourself and help in any way you can as far as like just labor. That would go a long way to showing Nitsua that you're in this for the people. And if you feel in your heart you have a penance that you owe, maybe you should pay it. Not that I feel you do, because I think you're perfectly fine, but maybe you need to pay the guilt off your own shoulders.
So you mean like when we get back to Shoebill Coast? By the way, Shoebill Coast. I don't know if you knew that. I just anyway. He says it's not important. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He says.
Yeah. Build shoe. Got it.
He's like, you nailed it, and he kind of laughs because he knows you're not gonna fucking get it. And he goes, so when we get back, use my talents to help with labor and all that stuff, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think if you help around the colony and help it grow, and while we finish this mission, I think that would do more for your own conscience than really anything else. But if you want to show Nitsua, that would definitely show him.
He's like, that's a good idea, man. He's like, Ace, I don't know if you know this, but you've never been what I would call socially competent. And I don't mean to insult you. I'm just looking out for a buddy.
I talk to people all the time. What are you talking about?
I know, but there's a certain thing that other folks like to call reading a room, and it's never been your strong suit. Look, we all have our faults. Don't worry about it.
Rooms don't have pages.
He laughs again. He says, fuck, where was I going with it? He goes, oh yeah. He says, you may not be the best at understanding people's reactions, but you helped me out a lot there, and I'm gonna do that. hopefully, hopefully maybe you break the ice a little bit better, because I'm gonna need you to do that when all these new people see me. But yeah, I'm 110,000 million billion % ready to help out around the colony. I want to do that.
Well, I will bring Nitsua in to talk to you, and then you can let him break the ice, because I'll probably not do that the way you want me to.
He says, "You know what, man? Fuck it. I don't need not that I don't need him, because I respect the fuck out of that dude. But you break the ice."
Okay.
Says ride or die, right?
I got it. Ride or die.
He extends a fist to you, like a fist bump. I imagine you clasp it with both hands.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Totally. So you guys have finished up your bowl.
Puts his whole mouth around it.
Fucking weird.
I know. That's why he's not doing that.
So
that's just the other thing that came to my mind.
He's like, I appreciate it, man. He says, you let me know when we're back, and I'll get to work.
Sounds good.
Are you heading
maybe
out?
Take down the soundproofing and listen for an introduction?
He says, okay. You know what, though? Do me a favor. Just let him know that I can hear. And I want to be transparent. And he didn't hear any of Nitsua's transparency talk. But maybe that word rings again with you, with your recent revelation and all that. He's like, honesty all the way, man. He says, I'll
Honesty
take it down, but
all
you
the
warn
way.
them.
I will warn them.
All right.
I promise.
Is Ace heading out of the lamp?
Yep.
So when I imagine there's like a door, just because why not? And you go to put your hand on the doorknob, and he says, "Hey, man." He stops you before you can open the door. He goes, "Hey."
Yeah.
He says, "You're my favorite one."
Ace just big old grin and just gives him like the Milo Force hug. Like that Milo tackling Braddock or Milo tackling Ace, whoever that was.
Right.
Like he fucking like, and I assume like the door's way up here, right? It's in the ceiling. So we float up to get out of it.
I imagine
like,
when you walk through the door,
I
you just
feel
kind of
like
get
he
sucked
hugged
out,
him
but
down to the floor.
Yeah.
Because I always felt like
you
it's
can
like
100%
we just float
tackle
up.
him.
But yeah, he kind of tackles him down. He's like, "You're my best friend."
It's like same, buddy.
Always have been.
No.
Yeah, he punches you in the shoulder.
Ow!
And, he says,
"Why
stop.
does everybody do that all
He
the
says,
time?"
"Get out of here, you big softy."
Like, okay,
He says,
got things to do.
yeah, he says, "Go get the job done."
That's why you brought me here, right?
He says, yeah, just go get it done. He burps.
And he's gonna head out,
Cool.
and then he's gonna save that for when we're back at Shoebill Coast. That's
Save-
not
Save
introducing Genie
what? Yeah, sure, I
to
figured.
everybody. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
I don't
do it
remember how many
twice.
people of the second wave have seen Genie.
I don't know that anyone has. I feel like the first wave might have seen him,
I don't
but
think
I can't remember for sure.
Wait, the first wave you just saved?
No, the second wave, I mean. The wave
I don't
we
know. I
came
know
with.
for sure, like, a few select people. Like, the captain has, the wizard probably has,
Yeah, I gave him the lamp
probably Tipton
and said,
Langley.
"Take him to take a look at it."
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Ash. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a select few, and then probably nobody on the first wave. So, anyway.
Yeah, no one on the first wave.
You guys just keep walking, and, you've got enough people to where when you do have to, camp out in the night, watches can be made in probably, half-hour shifts, so it's no big deal. Everybody lets you guys sleep, though. You feel this, I don't want to say weight of gratitude, because that seems negative, but you feel this overarching sense of gratitude. They're like, they refuse to let you keep watch. And they take, in fact, they take their shifts 2 at a time, just to, up their chances at passing their perception checks. But you guys go unmolested, and however many days it took you to get to the fish village pass, and you see Kendall actually is she's up towards the front, and she says, "Gee," she says, "I can't believe it. I didn't think I'd ever see it again." And I imagine you guys
Oh,
probably
believe it.
leading the charge. You can't see it. She can see farther than you. But she sees it, and I know
That doesn't mean he can't say that.
What did you say?
I said, "Oh, believe it."
Oh, okay. Yeah, you would know you're getting close. She goes,
Yeah.
She goes, "It's right there."
I know you should believe that it's there, because it is.
She shakes you off, kind of laughs, and she goes, "Listen." She turns around to the crowd, and she goes, "Everybody, let's fucking go. Move your goddamn asses." And she just takes off. And
You heard her?
Yeah.
Double time.
Everybody just fucking takes off. They all start sprinting, and
Ace kind of saunters slowly and
when,
trails to the back.
when they get close, you hear like the same. Was it like a bell when you guys came back that I sounded? It was either a bell or a horn or something.
Something like that, yeah.
It's the same sound, and you see, as you get closer, you see like people start to gather. You wouldn't be able to tell. She probably can tell, but like you can see bodies. You can't tell if they're like in a defensive position, but the closer you get, it's just a fucking welcome. And like you hear gasps, you hear cheers, you hear rejoicing, and you guys are fucking home.
Oh, I fully assume we're kind of hanging back, and this is the emotional embrace, sprint towards each other, cinematic moment.
Yeah. They're all the first wave is far
home.
ahead of you, and
We're
you guys
tired.
can certainly be bringing up the rear.
We're tired, but we accomplished the mission that we set out from the beginning.
Sure.
Like, it feels good.
If
that
you guys,
feels really good.
Like, presumably at this point, you guys could end the game right now.
No, we're gonna go back. And
I know you're not gonna, but what I'm saying is, like, you've eliminated all the
threats to stone
extra-continental, the extra-continental slavery threats. You've ended that, and that's something that your characters should be proud of.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see, when you get closer, you see like, you see Kendall. She finds her little goblin buddy Nabs, who was her apprentice. You see Argon greet his son Torgit. You see Leisha Underbraids, who's been hitting on Boz the whole time. She finds Sangha, and everybody is just like, it's fucking wild, man. Like, nobody's like, it's not like Mardi Gras, but fuck, it's a good day in Shubo Coast, and there haven't been a ton of them. And as you guys get closer, you see two people standing off to the side, kind of enjoying the revelry. One is, I don't know, 5-footish. The other is significantly shorter. And they're not even looking at it. They are looking at you guys. And it's Captain Tucker and May.
That's where Ace is headed.
Yeah. They're sitting there waiting. They're kind of looking. They're waiting for you guys. They're glancing occasionally back at all the happiness. And, yeah, so you guys get there.
Ace goes up to the captain and kind of with a tear in his eye, because I imagine he's getting kind of emotional seeing all these people actually, like, we finally did it. It's probably only been a couple weeks, but a couple weeks of missing people and to find them all, except for one.
Since you got here, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
they've been
so-
missing for 3 months, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
like,
nobody knew they were missing till you guys showed up. So
yeah. So from our work that we put in, like it's emotional. So he approaches her with a tear in his eye, and he just goes in for an embrace. He says, "We did it. We did it."
She says, yeah, you fucking did it, man. And she chokes through that. She fucking, it's weird for me, but she lays one on you, dude.
There you go.
It finally happens.
I think you got one on the date, but it was kind of.
It might have been a cheek kiss or something, but yeah.
Yeah.
She gives you a legit one. And she goes, so now what?
Now we stop the king. Oh, and I got someone who's gonna help out the colony. And he winks at her.
She goes, alright.
Oh,
Guess
that's a
you're
surprise
still-
out.
You're still kind of weird, huh? Alright, yeah, no, I should have expected that. That's on
I'll
me.
tell everybody later.
Okay.
You know them. They're fun.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I trust you. It's fine. Okay. May kind of steps forward and she like finds you, Braddock, and she's like, "Welcome back, big guy.
Hey, how's it going?
This going, man. You know, this I've been helping out Babs. I see she had a pretty strong embrace with what the she with that dwarf lady. What's her deal?
She likes milk turkey too.
You see her face fucking sink, and she's like, oh,
Don't
man.
worry, I talked to her.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no, good looking out. She's like, she doesn't, she acknowledged Ace's statements, but she goes back to ignoring him, and she goes, fucking sucked without you around here.
Didn't it?
Yeah. She's like, yeah, it was, I mean, it was fine. It was good. Gerbert's a cool dude. Reagan can, I mean, he's nice, but he can get bent. But yeah, let's just say it's been not the same. I'm gonna save you the inside check. She's super stoked you're back, man. And, yeah, everybody's fucking super happy. Did Austin just have a hernia?
I mean, it feels like it from
So
I'm
yeah,
okay.
you guys are back. And I am perfectly content with ending the night
Good to
there.
be back.
It's good to be the king.
I mean, that's up to everybody else. I'm
Yeah.
down for whatever.
Yeah, I think it's a good stopping point. We can, everybody think about what you want to do. Because right now, this shit's kind of on you guys. And I'm going to play off of it. So,
I think that's going to be a big in character discussion that leads a lot of that too,
100%.
though.
But like,
Yeah.
maybe jot down some things you want to address. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
you know your characters better than I do. So, I'm going to shut